So we are here at Scripture Union at Hurlingham, and we are so honored to be speaking to John Ng'ang'a, an amazing writer with so many books. Maybe we can start with you introducing yourself.
I'm so many things.
Yes.
I'm a father.
Yeah.
I'm a husband. I'm a grandfather. I'm a writer, like you say.
Yes.
I speak a lot. At least I speak in the universities a lot. The first time I was invited to speak in a campus was September 77.
Wow.
So it's 45. I've been speaking in campus for the last...
For 45 years.
45 years. This Sunday, I'm supposed to speak in Jomo Kenyatta University. Yeah, so that sounds so that people know me at that. But before they called me old, I worked for Shell. I was
They call you old now.
I'm not old. They just called me.
They called you, okay. Yeah.
When before I retired, I used to be a manager with Shell. Yes, so I've been in oil industry.
Yeah.
I was with them for around 30 years. Before then, I was in a different bank for another period. And after that, I do consultancy work in leadership and management.
Awesome.
Yes.
I've seen you've written a number of books on leadership.
Yes.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit about the books you've written. How many have you written, and what topics are you writing about?
I've written 21 books.
Yes.
Mainly in relationships and leadership. Those are my two themes.
Yeah.
Why are my two themes? They are not my choice.
Yeah.
It is the areas people invite me to talk on. Mainly the universities, but then after that we've had colleges and then churches, and those are the area. And the people seem to have a big need on how they relate with one another. My first book is called Friendship.
Yes.
And Friendship was a product of being invited by the VOK in that era, almost 30 years ago, to give a series of talks, not on marriage and not on girl-boyfriend, just how people can relate better.
Interpersonal relationships.
Personal relationship. And after I gave 4 sessions, it used to be once a week, repeated Monday, then repeated on Friday. The demand was so high, the VOK asked me to give another month and another month. I was on VOK for about 6 months.
Wow.
By that time, people were taping, they were securing the cassettes. It sounded like an area of need.
Yes.
And so somebody said, no. I want you to make it into a book.
Yeah.
So it was not my choice.
Yeah.
I was under pressure, and it became
the
my
calling
book.
found you.
So you can see, I'm not the one determining the topic. I'm not the one determining which one. It is the people, what the people want me to do on. However,
the people,
the fact that I consult in leadership makes people hear me on areas of leadership, and then I give a lot of discussions on leadership, and that's the material I later convert into a book. And I was in leadership for a long time. 1958, if you came to my school, when I was starting school, 1958, I was a prefect who didn't even know how to write in class. Class 1. I used to have to remember to tell the teacher who came late.
Yeah.
So in primary school, I was a prefect. I did my KPE. Our time it was called KPE in 1967, and I was a time prefect, which meant I was dealing with the whole school. Then after that, I went to Form 1 to 4, and I was the chief librarian of the school.
Wow. And
at Alliance, I was still a prefect, and then the university, I became the CU chairman 1975. So God has given me opportunities to lead all my life.
Yeah.
And therefore, people that have been me leading seem to want me to share the leadership lessons I may have learned.
And you've done well. So how many books have you done in leadership?
In leadership, I think about 2/3 of the 21 are in leadership.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now the need in the market, is that your inspiration for you to become an author?
Again, there is no book I have ever written that I didn't talk fast on. So my inspiration is not writing. My inspiration is communication.
Communication.
Whether I communicate in writing, in speaking, whatever. What I want is, whatever message God has given me, how can I get it out? So here, like I talk in VOK, some people say, no, I can't buy you a cassette. I want a written thing. Oh, is that so? I'll do what you want, not what I want.
Yeah.
So I'm not a writer by persuasion or a writer by experience. I'm a writer by force.
Yes.
In the sense that it's people telling me, write it down. And every book I've written is because the talks were in demand.
Yeah.
And I discovered I prepared that. I have enough material to make a book.
Yeah.
But they were all. Like, there was a time I was told by several people to talk about stewardship.
Yeah.
That church has stewardship, then another one, then another one. I think God is behind it.
Yeah.
In the sense that sometimes after that, nobody invites me to talk about stewardship.
Yeah.
But there's a period everybody wants to talk about stewardship.
Yeah.
When I look at the material I had
You have
developed,
enough content.
it was enough content to make a book.
Yeah.
And that's how a leader is a steward, is out of those discussions. So in answer to your question, I'm a writer because I want to communicate.
Yes.
And people want to hear.
Awesome. How you've said you are in Christian Union from a younger age.
Yes.
How has your Christian writing or your Christian faith influenced your writing and the things you're writing about?
100%.
That's very good.
I don't think there is any other motivation that makes me write.
Yeah.
It is that I would like people to realize if you go to my website, www.johnganga.org, you'll see my life's calling is to assist people to realize their full potential. That's why I believe God created me for that purpose. How would I do that? I talk. I mentor people. Every week I meet maybe 4, 5, 6 young people whom I'm mentoring, and then I write. All of that is aimed at helping people to realize. So my motivation is that calling. My name is John. Now, in our time, okay, this is also my time. When we were young, is a better way of putting it.
Yes.
When we were young, and in the colonial era and soon after that, the missionaries believed you are not a Christian until you get a Christian name. And a Christian name meant initially a Bible name, then after that it meant some white people.
Yeah.
Which is nothing biblical. There's no Bible requirements for you to change your name to be baptized.
Yeah.
Baptism and names are irrelevant. They are not related. But church history seems to have influenced that. So when I was getting baptized, I got saved myself before getting baptized. It is me who went to church. My parents were not saved. So it's me who went to church. I got saved. And when I wanted to get baptized, I just wanted to be called Crispus. So the pastor asked me, who is that?
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Say, no, go back. Go through the Bible. See which character best represents what you want to be in life. So I went outside. And the name that came to my mind was John the Baptist. And my understanding of the role of John the Baptist was somebody, a forerunner of Jesus, to prepare people to be who God wanted them to be. And that's what I have done for the last 60 years.
Sort of like John the Baptist of our time.
So that's my life, and that's what I've been for the last over 60 years. Looking for opportunity to help anybody. If you're not a Christian, I want you to know Jesus. If you're a Christian, I want to disciple you to be living a life that is fully meeting the objectives of why you are created. And that's why my books on relationship are aimed at that. My books on leadership are aimed at that.
Awesome. Really, really nice stuff. So for someone who has not written anything or who is struggling to write their first book, what would be your encouragement or what opportunities do you see?
Don't look forward to becoming a writer. Even after you're a writer, you're still nothing. Don't start with, I want to be a writer. No. Start with, is there an area of need you can see among the people? For example, you can see maybe your cousin has become a drug addict, or you are whatever, and you are classmate, whatever, and you see an area of need. First question. Second question, do you think God has given you a gift that could help, a message that could help sort out that problem? If the answer to the second question is yes, So you start researching along that right. Get the materials that, in other words, and what I normally do is break it down to questions. That if all these questions were answered, people will no longer be involved in drugs. Then each one of those questions is a topic for the book. It will be my table of content. If I'm able to answer all of them, and what I normally do myself, like I said earlier, I check and I realize I've talked on that. This one I haven't talked. I have to research again. So I discovered that maybe 60% I already have. 40% is what I have to research on. And once I've researched, I've answered the question, now I'm ready to draft it into a book, draft 1, draft 2, draft 3, until I'm comfortable to send it to an editor. So that's exactly the same process I would ask people, because if you're not answering an existing question, you write a book for the shelf.
Yeah. And you don't want that.
You don't want that. You don't want a book for a shelf.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a writer. But the book, nobody's reading it. No, you are after scratching where it is itching. And the way to know where it is itching is to listen to the area of need. But there's some area of need you have no message for.
Yeah.
So it has to be an area of need where you feel God has given you a message that could meet that area of need.
Awesome.
That's what I would encourage everybody.
Thank you very much. It was absolutely amazing talking to you. We look forward to further conversations and looking at the books that you have done. They're available at Scripture Union, and hopefully soon they'll also be available with us at CLC Kenya. So
they're also available in Amazon.
Yes.
If you just Google John Ng'ang'a or go to my website www.johnganga.org, it will give you a link to Amazon
and they can
to buy the digital, all of these books are in Amazon. I was speaking somewhere, I do consultancy work, and I do even out of the country. I was in Zambia when somebody I'd carried books. He said, "No, sure, what's wrong with you? You don't increase my luggage, so I pay more money to the aircraft. What do you mean? Your book should be in Amazon."
Yeah.
So I was forced, again, you can see I'm not original.
Yeah.
I was forced to put them in Amazon so that people don't feel like if they want to buy, and of course they are cheaper in Amazon. But for most of us in Africa, we like something you can hold. And Scripture Union is helping to ensure that the books are available.
So you can maybe explain to us some of the challenges that you have encountered in your writing or authorship journey.
I want to tell you 3. The first one is time. You hear I was a manager with the Shell, very busy job, but in my heart I know, in order to serve the Lord, I must get the book out. So each book, when I was working, used to take me 3 years.
Wow.
Remember, I already have the material. I've given the talks.
Yeah.
I'm trying to convert them from the material, my whatever, into a book.
Yeah.
And I do the first year, you are trying 1 or 2 hours every day.
Yeah.
And then I'm still speaking. So I'm preparing my speaking. Beyond my normal job, I've always been speaking somewhere. So to combine all that, I will finish the year without the book getting ready. Then I finish another year, and in between every year, other people take leave to go to make money. Me, I take leave to write.
Wow.
I sit for the days I'm on leave, I sit and work like I'm employed, hoping to finish.
Yes.
And then I don't finish.
Yeah.
Then I have to write the snail speed until the next leave. Again, I try, it doesn't finish. Normally, the 3rd year is when I finish the book. So I can understand why many people start writing and give up along the way. In fact, I tell people, my gift is not writing, my gift is patience. Because most people have somewhere you give up on it.
There's no time.
But me, the moment I have decided I'm writing, even if it takes how many years, since I know I'm progressing, at least I've done 2 chapters. I'm progressing. I've seen the 3rd chapter. And since I have the table of content I want, I can see I'm moving on. So it doesn't bother me that I have not finished. Plus, I'm not competing with anybody. That's the way I deal with the issue, the challenge of time. But it's a real challenge because of my next reason. My next problem is you write thinking you'll get money. I have to tell every writer, if you're in Africa, you don't make money out of writing books. Why? People want to buy cheap books.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, still on that challenge of money, people want to buy cheap books. Number two, we have to find a way of convincing our population that local authors not only write good books, but they write relevant books.
Yes.
But that we haven't achieved that far. So therefore, the number of books you sell, and books, money comes out of volume.
Yes.
We don't have volume.
Yeah.
And then thirdly, our bookshops, except Scripture Union, do not put the books. I've gone to bookshops, and they said, "Is there a book by John Nganga?" Of course, they don't know I'm John Nganga. Yeah, John Nganga. They say, "Yeah, we have." Where? They have to take the next 30 minutes
looking for it.
Then find, it is.
Yeah.
I say, now, if you, the owner of the bookshop, has taken that long, can you see a customer ever getting it?
No, it can't stay 1 hour.
Why is that? Because all the foreign books have filled all the shelves. So therefore, our volume
is not high.
Yeah. So when I'm told I'm a big writer and I know how few I sell, I know others are in real serious trouble. So that's the second challenge of money. And it therefore means that you must be doing, like I do consultancy work. I don't hope to pay my bills through writing. And of course, there's something related to that. I am aiming at young people. I must set the price, not according to the money I want, but what the young people can buy. Because my idea is passing info. It's a message thing, not a business thing. So I used to sell my books at 500 shillings. The distributors are very unhappy with it. I say, no, a student can't afford. Then they added VAT, so the book became 600. And all my books, whether big or small, go for only 600. I would like to charge people like you more, but since you can't have two prices, then that's a big problem.
Yeah.
Costs. And that, and related with that are people who want to publish.
Yeah.
And they want you to be the one to write that to become the person paying. The understanding that a publisher is an investor is dying in Kenya.
Yeah, it's actually
where
the wild.
The guy calls himself a publisher and he is a conman. Because you can't use the word publisher if you're not willing to take the risk. Now he wants to be called publisher and he wants the writer to pay for printing, pay for writing, pay for, and then hand over after the printing, hand over all the books. If they sell, you are problem. They don't sell, you are not a publisher. But you are very helpful, but don't call yourself a publisher. You are an editor, I'll pay you for editing. You are whatever. And that whole thing has to do with the money. And it's a big challenge. Because the people helping don't want to take the risk. There are not enough people who want to be proper publishers. So they allow writers to write, and the business risks are taken by somebody who understands business. Because a writer may not be the one who understands business. And that's a big problem. The final challenge that a writer will get is to do with distribution. Because a lot of writers, you see them with their books, hawking.
You have to catch it everywhere.
Hawking.
Yeah.
The danger of hawking are threefold. Number one, how many places can you be? Number two, the question is, if you are hawking, kizuri chajiuza kibaya
chanjitembeza.
Meaning, if you are hawking, it's not a good book. If it was a good book, it would be in the bookshop and people willingly buy. You know, some people say, support me. Me, I don't. If somebody says, I want to buy a book, support you, I say, please, stay with your money. After all, I already told you that I believe God will give me money otherwise. I don't try to get my money. If you are not going to read the book, let it stay in the shelves. I do not want somebody to carry the book from the bookshop to go and put it in a shelf, because my intention was the heart. So, but the whole thing is a problem of distribution. Getting the books to the people who want to read is a challenge. But we thank God for people like Scripture Union who have books, shops all over, and they have a marketing department that can move from place to place, identifying other bookshops that can actually get your books all over the country. Those are three challenges that every writer has to face.
Wow, and we pray that as we come together as a community of Christian authors, that we can now start to scale through these challenges. It's going to take many years, so it's not, 100 meters dash, just to be a marathon, pole, and then over the years, we can also develop the industry to a place where, like the US, where they are at. So the final question. You mentioned about mentoring young people. Is this a structured mentorship program if a young person wanted to join, or how does it work?
It's part of my consultancy work. Remember I told you my reason for being alive. So I'm using every means possible. And because I speak on campuses, I'm always with young people. And they always say, Brother Nganga, can you mentor me? I normally, so it's not, I don't charge. There's no fee at all. It's just a friendship. So the young person feels free. And I have several people who want to know how to write. We sit down, exactly what I'm sharing with you, I share with them. They try, they reach a handicap, I tell them. Now, but I do not have a mentorship program to push people into writing. I have mentorship program to help those who are willing to write in order to write. Because my mentorship is simply, how can you realize your potential?
Awesome. Thank you very much, and thank you for charting the way for African Christian authorship. We believe that Africans have a message, and we are happy that, we have people like you, charting the water, so that all the other people coming behind you, they have no excuse.
Amen.
So you said you're 70.
Yes,
so
just about 70.
Okay, so if John Nganga can write at 60-something, we have no excuse if we have the calling to be able to write. So good example, and we look forward to more people being inspired, those that are called to be able to pass the message, God's message through writing, that they can be able to follow that example. Thank you very much.
Asante sana.
Awesome.
God bless you.
You too.